What's up, Dreamer Tribe? What's up, world? I am Bianca, and welcome to another episode of 5 Things Friday. So I don't know if you guys can notice, but I'm wearing my Spider-Man t-shirt, and for the reason that it's been, I think, close to 24 hours since the release of Spider-Man Far From Home's first trailer, which I think everyone was looking forward to after Captain Marvel's trailer was released and after Avengers Endgames was released. So finally we have the Spider-Man trailer. So what does that have to do with our 5 Things Friday episode for this week? Well, I'm glad that you guys asked, because up until like 2 days ago, I have no idea what list I was going to be making for this week's top 5 5 Things Friday, that I thought about, not doing any videos for it. But with the release of this trailer, an idea popped into my head, as it always does. So basically what this week's list is going to be, and I have a little bit of a cheat sheet over here because I needed to write these down before I actually forget them, is today's this week's 5 Things Friday topic is going to be 5 things I think will happen in Spider-Man Far From Home. So yeah, this video actually requires me to be a bit serious, so I will try my best to deliver this list as seriously as I can, so as to not offend fans of Spider-Man, even though I am one of them. So with that being said, let's get right to it. So yeah, number 5. Oh yeah, I remember I said that I was going to be I completely forgot I was going to be quite serious about this. So yeah, number 5 is that I think what will happen in Spider-Man Far From Home is, let me just check my cheat sheet, Spider-Man will become super popular. Yes, Spider-Man is going to become super popular. This is so that this movie will act as a setup to maybe Spider-Man There's No Place Like Home, or whatever home related title they have for Spider-Man 3, where they will finally introduce James Jonah Jameson, and his role is going to be to tarnish this super popular reputation that Spider-Man has because he's James Jonah Jameson. That's basically it. Because let's face it, Spider-Man movies and anything related to Spider-Man, they don't feel the same without James Jonah Jameson spewing whatever anti-Spider-Man semantics he has on his, I keep playing with this, on his what does he have now, podcast or whatever, or just he doesn't like Spider-Man. You know what, that's it, let's just put someone in there. We need someone in there who doesn't like Spider-Man and who isn't a bad guy, because we already have a bad guy. So the movie needs James Jonah Jameson to have someone who isn't a villain hating on Spider-Man. That's basically it. That's basically why I want this to be a setup, so that James Jonah Jameson could finally appear in a Spider-Man movie, because he wasn't in Amazing Spider-Man, not even in Amazing Spider-Man 2. Number 4. Oh yeah, serious business. Number 4 is that I think what will happen in Spider-Man Far From Home is that there will be family drama. So we saw in the trailer that there's something going on with Happy and Aunt May. And you know how in movies where a single parent or a single parent figure who ends up falling in love with someone, in those kinds of movies, the protagonist or the person that those single parents are taking care of, they aren't happy about their parent figure finding someone to like, and that they act all juvenile and stuff. So I think in Spider-Man Far From Home, Peter will be acting juvenile and, you know, will not like this new dynamic that Aunt May and Happy has going for them. And Aunt May will have one-on-one talk with him and say that, okay, since you're not happy, then I will also give up my happiness, because that's a cliched line in, you know, these scenes. And so just for, you know, drama's sake, just so that Far From Home will have this dramatic scene, let's just add that, because that's one of the things that critics say. Marvel movies don't have that much drama and you can't take them seriously, so add something like that. Then maybe that will make the critics happy. Happy. Number 3. I keep forgetting. Why do I keep doing that? Anyway, number 3 for our third what I think will happen in Spider-Man Far From Home list, which in retrospect it's a pretty long title for a list. Anyway, what will happen is that, well, before that, a little bit of a background, because one of the main things that I've read on Twitter in response to this trailer is that there is a line in it that Happy says, "You're alone," to Peter. And people latched into that, or onto that, thinking that that means Peter Parker is the only superhero left after the events of Endgame. And that line specifically is so full of spoiler, according to them, to those people. And for me, that's where this third item comes in. So what I think about that line is that the Avengers, the other heroes, those who survives this whole thing with Thanos, is that they're all on vacation, because let's face it, what they had to deal with, it's no joke. And of course, heroes also need a vacation. So yeah, while Peter Parker is on this European school trip of his, the other Avengers are also enjoying their own rightly deserved vacation time. After all, the ordeal is no joke. Again, Thanos is no joke. And since everyone is on vacation when this new threat arose, and Nick Fury needed to find a hero that will be able to help him deal with this new problem. And the easiest Avenger, or the easiest superhero he could find, is Peter Parker. So he chose Peter Parker because all the other Avengers, they have their superhero lines on vacation mode, so Nick Fury couldn't contact them, while he could easily trace where Peter Parker is. And let's face it, it's not that hard to find where Peter Parker is going just based on that trailer alone, because he practically tells, you know, everyone that he's going on a European vacation for a school trip, or a European school trip, or a school trip in Europe. You guys get the idea. Number 2. So yeah, we're really going through this list now. So number 2, just checking. All right, this I think is the most likely thing that will happen in Spider-Man Far From Home, and that is Mysterio's fishbowl helmet will break and ruin his beautiful, beautiful face. And he will promise vengeance on Spider-Man for ruining his perfectly beautiful face. And he will deliver this vengeful line as he runs away with his hands covering his face because he didn't want people to see how grotesque he now looks, and there are tears running down his eyes, or his, you know, chin, or his cheek, down to his chin, and, you know, like rivulets, torrents of tears. Or he doesn't need to also, well, he doesn't need to be running away. He can also just be covering his grotesque, his now grotesque and disfigured face as he's being hauled off into prison, and then he'll meet you know, all the other villains that Spider-Man has foiled, which includes Scorpion and also the Vulture, and they will be having this little meeting inside during their sort of free time. They have a lot of free time. Well, anyways, they'll be on this sort of a meeting while they're being held in prison, and they will be plotting Spider-Man's demise, or at least Mysterio and Scorpion will be plotting that, while Vulture just sits, you know, right at the corner listening to them and not really participating much because he still doesn't want Peter to die after what Peter did to him. So yeah, he'll just be sitting there all quiet and nodding and looking like he agrees with everything they're doing, but secretly hoping that Spider-Man will not get, you know, murdered by, well, these two villains and whatever new villains may come after Spider-Man, after, you know, Far From Home, like in There's No Place Like Home, the third movie. Because again, why not? And now we have come to the final of this list, the final item on this list. There, just so you guys can see Spidey, Cubey Spidey on this last item. So yeah, what I think will happen in Spider-Man Far From Home is that, or what I think we'll see in Spider-Man Far From Home are cameos. Like, we will see Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy as cameos in this movie. And I have no reason for that other than I love them. And also, we already know that we're gonna get a Stan Lee cameo, so why not throw in Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy after, you know, the very successful, very awesome, very cool, best Spider-Man movie ever in the entire universe and multiverse, Spider-Verse movie. So yeah, a cameo from those two, just because we need a cameo of those two. So yeah, I would just like this to be a thing, this cameo of these two characters to be a thing, for no other reason than that. Otherwise, I would have to give this #1 spot into this scene I have in my head where in the final battle against Mysterio, because, you know, Mysterio is still the bad guy even though he looks like he's helping defeat the elementals. In the trailer is that Mysterio will like kidnap MJ and then dare Peter to choose between saving MJ or defeating him, and while there's a timer going on for that choice, and Peter or Spider-Man will try to do both, and he'll beat Mysterio first and then come to MJ's rescue, and MJ will be like you know, falling from a very, very high place, and she's falling very, very fast, and Peter will try to web her in order to stop the fall, but he will miscalculate, and MJ would end up dying by hitting her head on concrete, and Peter will blame himself because he couldn't web MJ properly. So yeah, MJ will die, and then the credits will I mean, before the credits will roll, we'll see Peter standing by her grave, and like MJ's family looking at him like they know that it was his fault, and then the credits will roll, and after credits scene where Peter is walking to somewhere or from somewhere, and he will bump into a girl and she will introduce herself as Gwen, but it's not the Spider-Gwen cameo that I wanted, because this is a different sort of scene. And you know, Sony and Marvel will cut that scene out of the movie for no apparent reason, and they will also cancel Spider-Man No Place Like Home or Spider-Man 3, because you know that's a thing that Sony does, cancel Spider-Man movies. And you know, sort of like a reverse Amazing Spider-Man 2, because people think that Spider-Man movies are cursed, like they can make anything more than 2 or 3, but not so much cursed as Fantastic Four movies are, apparently. So, well, there you guys have it. My very serious, and obviously these things will be happening in the movie, except for the first one on the list. Like, you could choose between a cameo of Gwen and Miles or that reverse Amazing Spider-Man thing, but either one of those could happen, and I think either one of those might happen. So yeah, this is our 5 Things Friday video for this week. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys can see how serious I am about this, because yeah, I love Spider-Man. I'm a fan of Spider-Man, right? Like, right next to Captain Marvel, Spider-Man is my favorite superhero of all time. So there. But yeah, I'm just messing with you about this list, so I hope you at least found entertainment in this. I'm really looking forward to Spider-Man Far From Home. I heard a couple of things about it about the plot of that movie, but I hope that what I heard wasn't true, because again, I would like to go into a Marvel movie not knowing what's about to happen, what's going to happen, because I'm so excited and I want to experience it like right there as it is happening. So yeah, thank you all for watching this week's 5 Things Friday. If you have any suggestions on what you want me to make a list of, or what you want me to answer in the form of a list, then just head to the comment section below. And also, if you liked any of the ideas that I shared on this list, then tell me which one you found most interesting, most entertaining, and funny, if there are any, because that was what I was going for. And also, to our new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. You guys are awesome. I am getting tongue-tied. Peter Parker, here to pick up a passport, please. That line. So yeah, to our new subscribers, thank you. We're still aiming for that 750 subscribers before the end of March 2019. We're 70% of our way to that goal as of this recording. And to our subscribers, like old subscribers, thank you for remaining my subscribers. I really appreciate it, and also for watching my videos. Thank you. If you like this video, then don't forget to hit that thumbs up and let me know with that thumbs up, or like you can write a comment if you want. And what else? Oh yeah, if you want to be a part of the Dreamer Tribe, then just hit on that subscribe button, you know, in order for you to subscribe to this channel. And if you want to get notifications whenever new videos come out and become a part of our notification squad, then just hit on that bell icon. I'm feeling like I've been moving too much in this video, yeah, but hit that bell icon to get notified whenever new videos come out. And I'm trying to do a daily thing as much as my schedule would allow, because I still have a work, you know, I work during the day. I actually have work. So yeah, what else? Well, that's basically it. Again, thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, you guys know the drill. Dream on, fly on. Bye bye, and thanks for watching, everyone. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man.